everybody, this is Tina with Loving Life's Little Blessings. I have a card for you guys today, and I also have a video talking about the new catalog, so I have two videos for you guys today. Make sure you check out both of those. Today I'm going to be using some of this paper. This is the Bohemian designer paper, and I just want to mention that I will be having information out about my paper share on Wednesday, so you'll want to check that out. I offer a paper share every single year, and this year's no exception. I am going to have that information out for you guys on Wednesday. Please check that out. I'm going to be using this Bohemian designer paper. It coordinates with Bermuda Bay, Blackberry Bliss, Dijon mustard, delightful Dijon. I almost said Dijon mustard. So those are the colors that coordinate with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with this beautiful yellow. This is the delightful Dijon. We're going to cut this at 4 by 5 1/4 because we're going to be layering this onto a Blackberry Bliss, which we will cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, so we have those two pieces. Then we're going to take this designer piece. I'll zoom in a second when I start putting the card together. And this is cut at 4, and then I want like a 3-inch piece. Right, yeah. Okay, we are going to be using this stamp set, which coordinates with this punch. So I'm going to zoom in and then we'll start making this card. It's pretty simple to put together. You guys know I don't like taking a bunch of time with cards. I like mine to be pretty simple. So here's the yellow piece. We're just going to layer the designer piece. It doesn't really matter, just wherever. We're going to have a sentiment down here, so we want to just leave a room down there, but really... let's do right up here. And then I have the Bohemian designer washi tape, which coordinates again with that line of paper. So I'm going to take some of this Bermuda Bay designer washi tape, and we're going to layer this right here. Okay, so then let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment, and I'm going to be using Early Espresso to do that. And I have the sentiments that says, hope your day stacks up to be one good thing on top of another. I'm putting that down in the corner. And then what I'm going to need to do is, I have a piece of Whisper White here. We're going to take the, this is the ice cream cone. I'm stamping that in Early Espresso as well. We're done with Early Espresso. We're going to just fussy cut this part out. So I have this piece now. We're going to set that aside. We can take our Blackberry Bliss piece and layer that just like that. Okay, so now we're going to do some stamping with the let me show you on here. This image right here, which can either be the cloud or it can be the ice cream. So we're gonna have it be the ice cream today. I'm using Memento Black ink, and we're gonna stamp on 3 different pieces. So we're gonna stamp on Blackberry Bliss, Bermuda Bay, and then we are going to stamp on the yellow. Okay, so that is done. So we're done with the Memento Black. You could use StazOn as well. I just tend to always grab my Memento Black. So then we're gonna use the punch. And I love that the topping or the cloud or the frosting or the ice cream is right at the top makes it super easy to punch out. We have this little cone right here. And originally when I stuck out my card, I felt like it was just a little too bright white. So I grabbed my Wink of Stella pen. This is just a glitter pen. It has glitter in the bottom here, and then it's a wet brush tip. And so what I did is I just used a little bit of glitter, and when the glitter and the wetness of the brush touch the ink, what it's gonna do is spread the ink a little bit. So right here in the corners, I grabbed some of that ink and then made it a little bit darker, and then I was able to just spread it out. So it's just adding a little bit of shading, and then of course that glitter. So up in the corners, I want a little bit darker, and so I just grab that ink a little bit more, and then I can just spread it out. And then it gives it a little bit of color, but not a lot, and then a little bit of glitter. So you can see the difference. Can you see the difference, maybe? There we go. So we'll set that aside and let it dry. We'll bring our card back over here. Let me zoom out for you guys. And that ended up being crooked. That's okay. So now it doesn't take very long for that Wink of Stella to dry. So I'll just use a little bit of snail adhesive. I'm gonna put that right there, and see, we're almost done. So now I want to go ahead and put my Blackberry Bliss down first, and then my yellow piece, which is the Delightful Dijon, and then my Bermuda Bay. The reason I did it that way is to get more of the Bermuda Bay up top, since I have this piece of washi tape. So let's put these on here. So the Blackberry Bliss, I'm just going to use some snail adhesive, and it's going to be flat. The yellow piece, I'm going to go ahead and use dimensionals. We'll do 2 on there. And that can layer just like that. So now our Bermuda Bay piece, what I want to do is I want to do 2 layers of dimensionals. So what I'm going to do is put my dimensionals up here so that this part can layer onto my yellow piece, and then we'll remove these, and then I'm going to add 2 more dimensionals right on top. Just like that. Now this can layer just like that. And then what I've done is I've taken this punch right here. It's the heart border punch. I've punched out some hearts in Blackberry Bliss. I'm gonna take my liquid glue, add a little dot there, and then I'm gonna add a little heart right there. And the very last thing I'm gonna do, because I feel like I can't do an ice cream cone without glitter on the ice cream, is I'm just gonna take some stickles that I have. Cute, a little bit of shine. It's hard to see the shine on the cone, but it's there. So super cute, and I love the design of this paper right here. I'm not crazy about the Bohemian paper. It's not my favorite paper in the catalog, but there are a couple designs that I think work really well for card making. This one right here, this smaller one. I think that this yellow one is really cute. Wendy said it reminds her of a giraffe. Which that's cute. And then this yellow one right here is cute. I'm not a fan of this, really. This blue is okay. It's really hard to tell the paper in the catalog, and this year I will tell you the catalog does none of the paper justice. I've seen quite a few of the papers in person, and they are beautiful this year. So there is my card today, you guys. Make sure you check out my paper share on Wednesday. I will be back tomorrow with Project Life by Stampin' Up. I'll do a layout, and then yeah, I have lots of stuff going on with the new catalog coming out in just over a week. So thanks, guys. I will talk to you tomorrow.